When a hot knife slides through a chilled New York cheesecake, you should see a perfectly smooth, velvet-like cross-section. The top should be flat, dense, and entirely free of cracks. Getting to this point requires a thick, compacted graham cracker crust, supporting a heavy, dense filling, made primarily from full-fat cream cheese. But if you've ever tried baking one at home, you've likely encountered a few common structural failures: a soggy crust, a lumpy, grainy filling, or a cake that splits wide open across the top. To prevent those issues, the first baseline rule is thermal preparation. Every refrigerated ingredient, your cream cheese, sour cream, and eggs, must be brought to room temperature. Cold cream cheese remains physically rigid and won't bond with sugar, whereas room temperature fat molecules emulsify seamlessly. Baking a pristine cheesecake comes down to the precise application of thermodynamics and proper emulsion. There is no luck involved. We start with the foundation. To create a stable base, combine pulverized graham cracker crumbs with melted butter. The butter acts as the binder that holds the crumb structure together. Press that mixture firmly into the bottom of a 9-inch springform pan. You are creating a compacted, watertight seal that will support a heavy volume of liquid batter. Next comes the initial blending phase. Take your blocks of room temperature cream cheese and granulated sugar and beat them together on a medium-high speed. Add in full-fat sour cream and vanilla extract. The sour cream provides that distinct tangy flavor profile, while the extra fat content guarantees a perfectly rich, velvety texture. You want to mix this until it is completely smooth and free of lumps. Achieving a perfect emulsion right now, before adding the eggs, is the only way to ensure the structural integrity of your final cake. Now we introduce the eggs. Whole eggs are the binding agent that will sup custard, but they are also the biggest risk factor to your cheesecake's survival. If you keep your mixer running at a high speed once the eggs hit the bowl, you will ruin the cake. High speeds whip air bubbles into the dense batter matrix. In the oven, trapped pockets expand and burst, forcing their way upward, splitting the surface wide open. The solution is simple. Use the lowest speed setting and mix eggs in one at a time. Watch the batter closely. The exact second the final yolk disappears into the mixture, stop the mixer entirely. By managing microscopic aeration during this specific phase, your cake will survive the intense heat of the oven without tearing itself apart. Standard ovens produce harsh, dry, uneven heat. To protect our delicate custard from that environment, we build a water bath, or a bain-marie. First, wrap the exterior base and sides of your springform pan tightly in heavy-duty aluminum foil. This creates a waterproof barrier. Place the foil-wrapped pan inside a wider roasting pan. Carefully pour boiling water into the roasting pan until it surrounds the base of your cheesecake. The water bath forces a gentle, humid baking environment. Because water evaporates at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature directly surrounding your pan will never exceed that point, protecting the eggs from overcooking and curdling. While the water bath protects the exterior, the interior still requires strict timing. Overbaking is a fatal error, so you must pull the cake from the active heat before it looks completely solid. Give the pan a gentle tap. You are looking for the moment when the outer edges are set, but the center still jiggles like gelatin. This line graph shows the danger of thermal shock. If you immediately move a hot cheesecake into room temperature air, the steep temperature drop causes structural fractures. A gradual temperature decline preserves the cake's integrity. To execute a gradual cooling protocol, turn the oven completely off. Crack the oven door open slightly and leave the cheesecake sitting inside for exactly 1 hour. Patience during this cooling phase allows the cake to gently contract as a single unit, preventing the destructive surface tension fractures that ruin so many home bakes. Your final structural requirement happens in the refrigerator. Move the cooled cake to the fridge and let it chill for at least 4 hours. This sets the fat molecules into a dense, stable block. When it's time to serve, use a professional slicing technique. Dip the knife into warm water. Make your cut, then wipe the blade completely clean before making the next slice. By following these strict chemical and thermal rules, standard ingredients are elevated into a structurally flawless